you want to start with that?
I do, because I have something really interesting.
Okay, I would love that. And
Thank you so much.
Because I got some good ones.
I want to ask you guys, I'm speaking to all of us on the panel.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
I'm getting a text from somebody that I think you know.
Okay.
And I told the person that I wanted to be their secret gay lover, and they said yes, yes, and yes.
Oh, my God. Shout out to Bob Fletcher, everybody.
Yeah. Love you, Bob Fletcher.
Bob Fletcher from the Pacific.
Want to be with you, Bob Fletcher.
He's a really cool guy. Thanks, Bob. We appreciate it. We'll catch up on Facebook. Maybe you'll sit on my Facebook later. Here's a question for you guys. What do Jewish humor and Velociraptors have in common? It's from Jurassic Park. Just
I hate that show. Okay.
Well,
sorry, dinosaurs scare me. I have nightmares.
I can't watch it. According to an article that I read recently, like 20 minutes ago, Jewish humor, as we know it, may soon be extinct, for real. The author discusses the new Woody Allen movie, Whatever Works, starring Larry David, commenting on Allen and David are like the last of the breed of Jewish humor. I don't know if you would agree with that or not.
That's interesting that they're saying that, though.
Well, here's an interesting point. One given reason for our humorous demise is that we as Jews today don't suffer like our ancestors did, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Is that sort of true?
Yeah.
We live in a far more accepting society, totally. And vibe on that if you want.
We think we're suffering, which is really sad. I mean, we have a bad day and we think we're suffering, or we don't get to have our new, Apple iPhone.
Exactly.
Because we're suffering.
Perfect example.
Yeah. My laptop's, it's 6 months old. I'm suffering. I need a new one. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off.
No, it's good. No matter what, there's always going to be something to kvetch about. And that's what we do every week. It's kind of, this is what we're doing and how we're setting it up. It's like this. We're realistic people. Suffering and complaining are hardly unique to our experiences, right? But if kvetching was an Olympic sport, we would fucking medal for our country, right?
Yes, we would.
Today alone, 14 times I said the word oi, right?
Yes.
6:30 in the morning, the alarm clock goes off. What do I say? Oi out loud. 7 o'clock in the morning, my outfit, putting it together, and I go, I'm too fat for this shirt. What do you think I say? Fuck my life. Same as oi. Brushing my teeth, I notice I have a little more grizzle from last night in my upper bicuspid number 12. Right?
And out of floss?
Totally out of floss.
No.
And I'm going, are you kidding me? Well, so,
wait.
Yeah. And all these people, so every day it's the same routine, everything. Go to SA for my coffee. And today, there's like a million cars in the parking lot. I'm going, I didn't know Prince was playing at SA today. What is going on, right? So, as you can see, we by nature find the most ridiculous things to kvetch about. And at the same time, it's like Juniversal. I came up with that word, Juniversal instead of universal.
That was actually Penny that came up with that word.
Juniversal, she did?
She listed that in our little
I didn't know that.
thing. Yeah.
Wow, great minds.
Thanks, Penny.
Drink alike. So anyway, please allow us and Beck come in and do your kvetch of the week.
Well, I'm going to give you one that I just thought of that's pretty funny. So Big Daddy's got this thing where he picks his toenails and then and his fingernails, but mostly the toenails, rips them off, and then other than leaving them around for me to clean up,
take me now.
he also uses them as dental floss. So, or as like toothpicks. So Bobby, you could clearly, like, if you're at a dental floss, I know you have no hair, so you wouldn't be able to actually use that. But you could use your toenail. Big Daddy says that works really, really good doing it that way.
A toothpick style toenail.
Yes, that's what he does with it. And he does it so nonchalantly. He doesn't even think about it. Have you, Jrad? Have you noticed? Have you ever seen when Big Daddy's done it?
Do that.
Yeah, I don't think he's done it in public yet, but he does it without even thinking.
Not pubic hair, toenails.
That would be bad.
Okay.
Thank God. Oh my gosh. Bobby? Would you like me to give another one?
Oh, totally.
Or I didn't know if you. Okay.
Yeah. No.
So, another thing I can't stand that just agitates the hell out of me is, our people walk their dogs and then their dogs pee in your grass.
That's nasty.
It's nasty. Or in my flowers.
It helps your grass grow.
No, it kills my grass and it pisses me off. And when I had dogs, I always made sure I would. What?
Pun not intended.
Oh, pun not intended. You're right. Sorry, I'm on a rant here. Sorry.
Keep ranting.
But when I had a dog, I would always make sure my dog went to the bathroom in the yard before we left. And if not, I always made sure I walked in the alley so that at least when she'd pee, or any of them would pee, they would, or poop, they'd be doing it in the alley first. So they wouldn't be doing it in people's yards. I can't stand that. So I had to actually put a fence around because there was so much poop in my freaking hosta garden. I had to put little metal fence up so that maybe they'd step on it and hurt themselves.
Hostile garden or
Yeah, you got
hostile
it.
garden?
It was a hostile
I would
garden.
imagine.
I was angry. Anyways, I saw that this week again, and I'm just like, I stare out that window getting really freaking agitated with everybody. Okay, so did you want another?
There's got to be more. Come on.
I
know
can give you one more.
One more.
Okay. This is another Big Daddy one. Okay. I hope he's listening because, well, he doesn't even care because I say it all the time anyways. So I have this old container of gumballs, and there was probably 1,000 gumballs in there. Have you seen the gumballs?
I've shared from that.
Okay. So I leave it just sitting there so people will eat it. The gumballs are probably, I think, 8 years old. It was when the kids were little and they had a little gumball machine, more than 8 years old because it's old. So they're hard as a rock. There's no cover on them. I don't know if you had those as like hors d'oeuvres at any point, Jrad.
I don't chew gum.
Okay,
so.
John, or excuse me, John, whatever, Big Daddy, whatever. He uses them to just as hors d'oeuvres. He literally chews them up and then he swallows them and eats more. But his new thing is he grabs a handful before he goes up to bed, and he chews them in bed. And then he like plays with them, and then I'll in the morning when I put the bed back together, there's gumballs in the bed.
On a scale of 1 to 3, 3 being super annoying, where are you at with 3 being the most annoying ever? Are you okay with that?
With that,
With the gum in bed and chewing?
No, he makes me crazy with that.
So
he makes me crazy.
Maybe
Is it a substitute for a condom? Is that why he's chewing the gum?
I'm not sure.
That's a good question. I like it.
I could go on. I'm going to try
is he
really
just
hard
cheap
not
and
to
he
talk
doesn't want
about
to buy
that.
condoms?
I'm not. Oh my gosh. I think I'm lost. Wow.
Maybe it's safe gum,
Safe gum.
so he could put it over something.
Oh, I get it. Thanks for explaining a little bit more. I
Somebody's
don't
getting
think
it.
so because we don't need that.
Why
TMI.
would you?
We've already had our 18 children. We're
That's
done.
crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're
cool.
okay. We're okay.
So anyway, that's the kvetch of the week. That's kind of what we're talking about. And again, we've asked people if they wanted to hear anything specific to reach us, and you know how to do that at Not So Kosher on Twitter and on Facebook. Please come in, give us something, people. We want this to be an open forum, right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Don't
cool.
forget about texting 651-398-7778.
Perfect.
Okay.
Cool.
So one thing I thought we'd maybe talk about a little bit is, I'd say to you that would be like the Jewish perspective on the presidential race, but it's probably anybody's perspective, I suppose.
Sure.
But you know what I would have liked? We're kind of missing. Isn't Hillary speaking tonight?
Well, actually, you mean the hearings?
She was testifying
Today was the hearing.
She was. I thought
Yeah.
she was speaking about something
Yeah, she
tonight.
was
or
speaking
tomorrow.
in
Yeah,
front of
for
the
sure.
congressional- yeah.
My God, leave the woman alone.
Yeah, it was
I
the
don't.
Benghazi hearings today.
You know what? We're wasting our time with that when we have ISIS and we have all this other crap going on, and then we're wasting our time with that.
ISIS, like the dessert ISIS, or the actual?
Yeah, like the real
that's-
The Phoenician bird.
The
Got it.
Phoenician
Well, and he would know about birds.
Yeah. That's true.
true.
That's true.
Wow, tie that
Absolutely.
shit in. Okay,
Absolutely.
cool.
That was good. So I don't know. I'm not a super political person. I think Bobby and I, neither of us really are. But I just wanted to throw a few things in there. Like I personally really like Trump because he says it how it is. There's no transparency.
He says it how he wants it to be. He doesn't say it how it is.
He says it how he says it.
That's a great point. Because
Yeah, that's true.
He actually doesn't say anything, but he says something. But he doesn't have any substance to what he's saying.
He points
Wow,
out what's
that's
wrong,
true.
but he has not provided one solution.
This is
yet.
what he says, and correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about
That's
that.
right. That's right.
That's it. That's all I hear from him.
I forget. That's what they say all the time.
But good for you, and you know what?
But his daughter, it's so interesting because it almost sounds
Hot.
like Ivanka. I know, and she's a little yid now too,
Yes, she
by
is.
injection.
In raising the child.
Yeah,
Extremely.
by injection she is though,
Yeah.
right? So, but she's really funny. Yeah,
no,
it took you a while to
took
figure
me a
that one out.
second. Wow,
Okay,
cool.
that's what I always say. So, but I think it's interesting that she knows that her dad. She just gets her dad, and she says, like, this is what he's saying. I know I'm here to support my father, and it doesn't matter. She said she thinks it's cool that he's direct, and I think that's cool too. That's my personal feeling about that.
That's the thing with him. It's like he says things, and you never know what's going to come out, but that's his deal.
Exactly.
And that's what she was speaking about. So.
Exactly. I like that though. And you're right. She's super hot. So
good-looking.
does anybody ever really listen, or are they just checking her out?
I used to watch The Apprentice because of her. way back because she had.
She was on
she
with
had
her
a bit
brother.
with her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually would watch that occasionally because Big Daddy would love to watch that.
It's a great show.
It is.
We'll talk about
it.
that
It is
sometime,
actually pretty
for sure.
cool. You know, I know that I don't know if anybody saw it, but they were calling the first Democratic presidential debate the Revenge of the Nerds, also known as the Bernie and Hills show, which is so funny that they were doing that. Did anybody see that?
Super offended by that remark because I felt like the Republicans were like the Brady Bunch, and they were like completely. It was like night and day. Like the Democrats had something to say, and they actually got along. There wasn't a whole lot of like. I don't know. I just felt like it was on a different level. They were there to actually debate, whereas the Republicans were like just promoting themselves, and it was like that. That's my opinion. Feel free to.
Interesting.
Well, it was interesting, but it was also interesting how they set it up because O'Malley, Clinton, and Sanders were actually contextual and debating, whereas the guys on the outside, Chafee and Webb.
Who?
Exactly.
Right?
Oh.
We're sitting there complaining the whole time about you're not giving me enough time. Well, you had your 30 seconds. You're going on. You know, it was like
30 seconds too much, if you ask me.
They spent more time complaining about not being given enough time or enough airspace
than talking about the issues.
Than making their points, which is like, okay, that's why they're done.
But apparently, you feel a little bit differently because you're saying you sort of favored the Republican debate. Right? Is that what I'm getting?
No. I'm just saying what they were saying about it. I didn't see it, and I tend to not really watch them because I really think they're just a bunch of idiots.
Super entertaining.
But the Republicans were more entertaining, but you have to take it in small doses.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because there was like 18 of them debating versus 5.
And sifting through the noise, I mean, the entertainment's there, the Bush versus Trump, and they even stage those well. But there are some people out there who are trying to make, like O'Malley in the Democrats makes some sense, Kasich on the Republican side. I mean, they have some points to raise. It could be interesting, but who knows? We'll see. I think you know, we are a year and 2 weeks out from the election, and I think it's all going to go.
Oh, it's going to go to hell in a handbasket.
It's going to be a Ferris wheel and a roller coaster before we get there. And it'll be fun. Personally,
it'll be fun.
I'm thinking I want to vote for Donald Trump so I know where he is at all times.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
True.
I may even vote for Richard Nixon for the same reason. He's got 2 years left on his unexpired term.
Is this thing on? That's great.
That's
funny. That's super funny.
Well, I have. Sorry, did you want to?
No, I was gonna say the Saturday Night Live parodied, and Larry David was on and did like an amazing Bernie Sanders. And I got to tell you, like, how many people that are listening, 5, would say the same thing about when you hear Bernie Sanders, people are going, it's Larry David. So it's like a perfect fit for him.
Yeah,
you know, but how stereotypic is that of you to talk about New York Jews speaking the same language?
I'm sorry, where are you from?
Yeah.
I'm from Baltimore.
Okay, same fucking thing.
I've lived in Minneapolis longer than any place, though.
All right, so
we won you.
We won your heart, right?
Well, not you personally, Bobby. No disrespect.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know where you stand. That's fine. Way out.
Way out.
Way out. But we'll bring you back in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I'm just going to say one more thing, and then I would like to get to your Jrad's information for us this evening. So when I, as a female, and I have 2 daughters that I would take every year to go vote with me because I think it's very important that we continue to vote as women or as Americans, even though we don't really get what's completely going on. But my beautiful way of doing this was, all right, girls, first you look for any names that look Jewish, and you mark those. And then if there isn't any Jewish ones, then you go for the females. And then after that, you're just like screwed. You just go who the best you can go for.
Or that's don't vote.
Or no.
No, or don't vote in that.
Oh, yeah, that's
still have
true.
To go in the booth.
Well, but I don't know.
We would carry our daughter when she was like 2 months old into the voting booth.
All right, so you trumped me. Oh, no pun intended.
That was good.
Well, the funny thing is that the first person I ever voted for, she actually met and she was angry. And I'll tell you that story another time.
Okay,
because the wife was interrupting her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She was trying to position for a job.
Oh, that's not good.
With National Council of Jewish Women.
Oh, that's not good. So I think we need to take a little break and let Fun Bobby tell us some great information about
Super
the
excited to
11
come back for our guest. That's going to be the next segment.
Yeah.
So you are listening to us on Alive and Social. We are Not So Kosher. What we like to do is talk about some of the other podcasts. This one's really super cool. This one is the Great Northern Sex Cast. That's right. Longtime radio personality and producer Kelly Guest and pal, CEO of Fantasy Gifts, Colleen Patino,